Welcome to Unfiltered Business Podcast, the show that funnels in all the good and all the bad of what it takes to run a business.
Hey y'all, from wherever you're listening, we're so excited to have you here with us today. I'm Jenna Eady, the account manager at Elite Marketing. This is Corey Faulkner, the owner at Elite Marketing, and we're just really excited to dive into this new podcast, the Unfiltered Business Podcast. We're going to talk a lot about marketing. We're going to meet with some really great people and tell about their journey and just dive in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Jenny, you're right. One reason why we started this podcast is a lot of business owners, for instance, don't want to kind of shed the light on what goes on behind the scenes of how to run a business, what goes into running a business, the ups and the downs, but also the services and stuff that the business offers and how it affects the consumer, the end user. So that's one thing that we really, really want to expose in this podcast and bring in guests on their own business, how they've struggled in the beginning with running that business and even struggle, whether you a 10-year business or a 30-year business, there's always challenges. So we really want to dive into those things with those owners and just kind of shed light on what it takes to successfully run a business. Mm-hmm. So with that said, let's kind of dive right into what we want to talk about today. Is a lot of the services that we offer as a marketing company. We offer Google PPC, social media management, social media marketing, website development, and so on and so on. But a lot of things businesses do on the social media side of things, they don't necessarily understand why they're doing it and the focus that needs to go into doing that. So I know you manage our accounts or clients' accounts with social media and stuff. So let's just kind of dive into that is why should a business put focus on social media and what's the importance of it?
So a big part of social media and social media branding is you're really not just trying to get clients or patients or anything in your industry, what your industry is. It's more you're just trying to brand yourself first. If you don't have any following, it starts off with just branding yourself, showing your clients or patients or potential buyers just who you are, what you are. And then you can dive more into a strategy of, okay, these are our goals. These are what we want to achieve. And also because that is what's going to drive business to your website, to your storefront, anything that you want to serve your clients for. Social media is the key to getting out there. That it used to be, and it still kind of is, Google is still the number one, kind of search engine. But social media is really starting to climb there of how people are finding things and how people are finding stores or something they want. All you have to do is type in the search bar and say, this is what I want. Say you're a storefront. Hey, I want a dress and I want a certain type of dress. You can type pink dress in the search bar. Boutiques or stores are going to pop up in your area, and that's going to be a major way to get people to your storefront.
Yeah, you're right. A lot of, especially if you're e-commerce, is especially Facebook and some of the other platforms as well, you have the options to create stores within those platforms. So versus, you having a website, you also can have those products on the social media page as well in your own store. So, and that goes back to as well is a lot of questions that we get is how often should a business post? A lot of people believe it's every single day, multiple times a day. Of course, it's all about analytics, trying to trick the algorithms and making sure that you're staying above, but also at the same time, you want to stay relevant. You also want to stay, at the top of mind with that viewer. So, what is the average and the recommended posting rate?
So this is one of my more frustrating things when I see people say, oh, you have to post every day to become relevant on social media, which can be true for some clients. We have some clients that probably need to post every day, and that's part of their marketing strategy where we have them posting every day and we're posting for them every day. But some people, you maybe need 2 to 3 post a day or even post a week. So it all depends on what your industry is and what your goals are for your marketing strategy and your social media marketing strategy. And also what type of post. Do you need to post reels? Do you need to post static posts? Right now, Instagram really is kind of slying away from reels and it's carousels. And I'm seeing that a lot with some of our clients that, yes, Reels are working, but also people want to see carousels. And Instagram's algorithm and Facebook's algorithm and Pinterest and TikTok's algorithm is always changing. And that's why, we have to stay on top of everything every week of, okay, what's social media changing for the algorithms right now? And that's why you change your social media strategy every few months, because the algorithms are changing, and also we have to see what the analytics are saying, what is working and what is not working.
Yeah, no, that's one thing that, especially as a business owner, you got day-to-day things going on. The social media side of things is kind of set aside, and you don't really worry about, focus too much on it. But you have to, if you're going to go down that route of getting exposure and getting, connecting with your audience, that's one platform you have to put focus on, but doing it the right way. And focusing on those metrics of what's working, what's not working. I mean, like you said, Reels, not long ago, 2 months ago, with one of our clients, one of the Reels that we'd put out just exploded. Was it like 4 million views in however, I don't know, a very, very short period of time, which that's important, and that's great things to look at. But you also got to look at, watch times and how much engagement you're getting from your viewers and stuff. So kind of, part of your strategy moving from that and which way you need to go next and staying in front of your competition or just connecting with your audience altogether.
And going viral is great. I mean, it's great to see your social media going viral and things like that, but that doesn't always mean you're getting people in your shop or storefront, or you're getting more patients or clients, because at the end of the day, like, yes, it's great to get all over the world exposure, but if you're not getting people on your client list, then what's the point of going viral?
That's exactly right. We tell everybody is when a client comes to us and they start talking about social media and stuff, and it's kind of always been the thought is, well, the more followers I got, the faster my business is going to grow or whatever. I'd be willing to bet 90% of the individuals or the accounts that have a tremendous amount of following, less than 2% of those followers are loyal followers.
Exactly.
So, yes, it's important to grow, especially the exposure and getting out there. But at the same time, you want to stay connected with your loyal followers and grow your channel to connect with them and grow overall. So let's kind of switch gears a little bit and tie the two together in a way to social media, to email marketing. Because that's another important piece of your marketing strategy is it's not always, but for a while, it's been said email's dead. And it's not the case. I mean, we know that because a lot of our clients, that's how they get most of their traction is email marketing. Is when we track everything that goes out, whether it's an ad or whether it's a social media piece or whether it's an email piece, by call tracking numbers. And we can tell how many calls come in for this particular platform. And a lot of them come in straight from email marketing.
Exactly.
And we had a conversation a while back with a previous client, and they said, email's dead. I'm like, no, it's not. It's just how you do it and the way you do it and stuff. So how do those two tie together, and what's the importance of doing both or one or the other?
So with email marketing, that you can do a whole different type of marketing than you do on social media. It's going to look totally different because it's an email, but you can put more information. You can get more attention from it because based on what you're putting, whether it's a new service, a new product, a big thing is educating your clients or educating your patients or anything like that. You really want to educate them on A, why they should choose your service, or B, why they should buy your product. And you can do that in an email, which is going to lead them back to your social media, your website. They're going to click on a phone number to call, and it's all of yourself, all of your storefront, everything you have, you can put in an email. And a very short email, too. You can put basic information to get people to call to set up an appointment or anything like that, just in an email.
Yeah, no, I mean, we focus heavily on the physical therapy industry. And we've seen, and time again, you got a patient count of 2,000 or more that patient hasn't seen you in quite some time. So why would you not want to do email marketing to always keep those patients, the current patients and their older patients that hasn't seen you in a long time, engaged in what you've got going on? And, it's just, again, staying top of mind and putting those offers out and just staying engaged at all times. That's very, very important. And the email's not dead and it never will be dead.
Yeah.
It's
creating trust too, because it's showing that, hey, you're still in contact with your client, and you can customize anything with an email to be just a one client to a few hundred clients or anything like that, or a few patients. And it's creating this trust, and it's also furthering your branding too, because you're staying at the top of their mind, and you're also staying relevant to them because you're popping up in their email, which is then leading to your social media and your website, and which is creating more of a relationship with them as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. And there's a reason why when you go fill out an application or wherever, they ask for your email address.
Mm-hmm.
There's a reason why for that. For one, they want to keep you engaged if possible, but at the same time, during the day, especially work hours, you're looking at your email.
Mm-hmm.
So why not? So how does social media and email also affect branding and those questions that you get? You know, we talk about this a lot is, and I've said it 100 times, is everything you do is branding, but not everything you do branding is marketing.
Mm-hmm.
So what does that look like with social media and email?
I think it goes back to, still the relationship, the relationships you're creating with them, and how you're using both to create that relationship. Because, you can make a social media post that leads straight to the email, or a email that leads straight to your social media. You can use your social media to use as a sign up for your email, which is also tying back into each other. But it's all about creating relationships and creating that trust with the customer to make sure they're still using you. They're still being loyal. You're still at the top of their mind, and they're still coming to you when they need something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And it all ties back to your website. And that's what not every company out there needs a website, really do, because you got to look at it as that's my hub of all my leads and all my traffic, no matter where it's come, needs to go back to is your website. Whether it's email, whether it's social media, whether it's Google PPC or whatever, that's the hub and that's where you collect the majority of your analytics and your data. And you can understand, okay, well, after I set my conversion rates and everything else, is what's my true conversions based off the platform that's coming to my website.
Right.
There's a tremendous amount of value that goes into having a website. And again, part of your branding is everything you do is branding, whether it's your website, whether it's email, or it's social media, but not everything you do is marketing.
Exactly.
You know? But yeah, so that's a lot of what we want to talk about in this podcast is how things work between marketing and how things work within the business itself. You know, pulling back those layers of what it takes to run a successful business, and whether you're starting out or whether you're a 50-year-old business. And we've seen, especially in the older businesses, been around for quite some time, the not necessarily the older generations, but in today's world, as technology and digital platforms, it's hard to understand. It's hard to comprehend of the power of those platforms, but we have to be looking at it in years to come. Is 10 years from now, where's everybody going to be? Of course, there's no longer any yellow pages. And when I grew up, that's all you had, yellow pages,
Exactly,
newspapers or whatever. But there's a reason why newspapers are switching digital and have already, because they see the power in it.
Yeah.
You got to have it in order to connect with your audience, with your customers and all. But yeah, no, it's been a pretty good podcast so far for the first one, I guess. What you think?
It's been a delightful time, Corey.
Yeah, it is. So this is our very first podcast, so we'll grow, of course, as we do more and more and more. Different guests on. I think next week we'll have one of our clients, a physical therapist client that we have. They'll be on as well, kind of peeling back those layers of what it's taken to start a physical therapy business and grow it to a very successful business with multiple locations.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's been great. Make sure you subscribe to all the channels we're posting this on. Whatever you're listening on, make sure you share it. We're really excited to start this journey with you guys, and we can't wait to hear you and see you. Nope, hold on. We will not hear you. Make sure you subscribe to any channel you're listening to this podcast on, or any channel you listen to podcasts on. Make sure you share on social media, because social media is key. Send to your friends, airdrop to your friends. We can't wait to be with y'all next week, and we're really excited to start this journey with everyone.
Yep. Talk to you next week.